I want to discuss something I see happening in the agency market right now. Not the version that sounds polished in a conference keynote at the latest marketing summit somewhere, but the version I see when I sit down and talk to principals who are genuinely scared and those who are genuinely excited. And what's the difference between those two? Here's what I think is true. The agency market is splitting. On one side, you have cheap, fast, AI-assisted production. In fact, I saw a post the other day on LinkedIn promoting the first all AI marketing agency. Copy, creative, campaigns, reporting, the floor is dropping. If the deliverables can be described briefly and shipped in a template, it's going to get even cheaper. And clients will find out what it actually costs, and that's already happening. On the other side, you have high trust, strategic leadership, the kind of outside perspective that helps a CEO rethink their positioning, reconnect their sales motion to actual customer behavior, and make better growth decisions faster. That work is not getting commoditized. It's getting more valuable because everything around it is becoming noise. The problem is that most agencies I see sit right in the middle. They're not cheap enough to compete on production. They're not strategic enough to command the retainers that high trust leadership earns. They're doing decent work at reasonable prices and maintaining good relationships. And that position is going to get squeezed from both sides. I'll tell you a story. I sat down with an agency owner in Des Moines just last month. 8 years in business, solid client roster, good reputation, a team of 12. And she told me something I think many leaders feel but struggle to say out loud. She said, "I don't even know what we actually sell anymore." That's the mushy middle problem. And I don't think the answer is to add more or different services, hire more specialists, or even rebrand your website. The answer is to make a decision. Are you going to compete in the production layer? Because if you are, you need to rebuild around AI-assisted speed, the margins, and the volume. That's a real business. It's not a comfortable pivot for a founder who built a creative shop, but it's a viable business model. Or are you going to move up the value chain? Because if you are, you have to actually be able to sit across the table from a CEO and have a conversation that doesn't start with, "Here's what we're going to produce for you." It has to start with, "Here's where I see your problem. And here's what's actually causing it." And then you have to earn the right to talk about the execution. That second path requires something most agencies haven't invested in: business fluency. Not marketing fluency, business fluency. You know, the ability to read a P&L, understand where revenue is coming from and why. The ability to ask uncomfortable questions about the sales handoff, yes, in a marketing meeting, and challenge assumptions that the leadership team might be treating as fact. So here's the honest thing about that second path. Most agencies just aren't there yet. And that gap is an opportunity, not a death sentence. Because the demand for high trust, strategic leadership in the agency level is enormous. Business owners and executive teams are starving for someone who can help them think clearly about growth, not just execute campaigns. Donald Miller, the New York Times bestselling author, has a great analogy. It's like when you're in the CEO seat, you're trying to read the label on the bottle from the inside. The agencies that get there won't pitch better slide decks. They'll ask better questions. They're going to say no a lot more than they say yes. They're going to take fewer clients but charge more. And they're going to become the outside force that helps leadership teams make better growth decisions faster. That isn't just a service upgrade or a sentence you add on your website. That's a completely different identity. And that split is becoming very real. So if the middle is gone, the only question left is, which side are you building toward? Stand out.